Good night, teacher. My name is Germán Gomez, and I am with my study group, Marcela Gomez, Angelica Rojas, and William Reyes, and we talk about the topic training in the organization. We start with my partner, Angelica Rojas.
Good
Thank you.
night, teacher. My group and I will explain this week's topic training and staff development. To start, we will talk about these two concepts. The first is training. Training is process for teaching employees the basic skills they need to perform their jobs. Two, it is a means that develops people's skills to be more productive in order to contribute to organization development. And finally, it is an effective way to add value to the person, the organization, and customers. And it is important to mention that there is a difference between them. Training is oriented to the present. I focus on the current position, seeking to improve skills and competencies for immediate job performance. And staff development in focus on future positions in the organization and the new skills and competencies that will be required there. And staff development in focus on future positions in the organization and the new skills and competencies that will be required there. But these two concepts focus on learning. Learning because change in the person behavior because they incorporate new habits, attitudes, knowledge, competence, and skills.
Training cycles. Training cycles is training covers and programmed sequence of events that can be expressed as a continuous process whose cycle is renewed every time it's repeated. The training process is similar to an open system model whose components are entry as individuals in a training, business, research, etc. Processing or operation as an individual learning process, the training program. Departure as qualified personnel, organizational success of effectiveness, etc. And feedback as evaluation of training procedures and results through informal means of systematic investigation. Entry, processing, departure, and feedback. I repeat. Broadly speaking, training involves a process consisting of four stages. Stage of training. Diagnostics of the situations. Sorry. Training needs inventory. Achievement of the organization objectives. Determining the basic requirements of the work phase. Decision of the strategy. Training schedule. To who, how, in which, when, how much, where. Implementation on action. Running training. Application of the programs. And evaluation and control. Evaluation of the results of the training. Monitoring, verification and measurement. Comparison of the current situation with the previous one.
Good night. The phases of the human talent of management process, the companies, especially the human resource department, put in place to carry out a project. to attract the best candidates and prevent our professionals from abandoning us. The stage in the training process are as follows. On the first phases is diagnostic, know the training needs of the organization, inventory of training needs. We can find achievement of the objective of the organization, basic requirements of the workforce. And the next phases is design, choice of technical or strategy decision, training schedule factors such as who, when, what, where, when, how. This is of the principle. And the next phase is implementation. A career of the training process is the execution of the training, is the application of the programs. And the last phases on the final last phases is the evaluation. In this phase, know the results of the training, verify its consequence. We can determine follows, verify measurements, compare the current situation with the previous one. Thank you so much. Bye.
And also, the training contributes in three important organization areas. The first, in the administrative process, second, in the personal areas, and finally, in the administrative areas. We can find in the first, in the administrative process, four phases. And first phase is the planning. In the planning, training programs allow the company make the future plans about what each position and area of the company. The second is the organization. The training facilitates a more defined organization for choice of people in a project. In three phase, the direction. After the respective training, the leaders will be able to lead greater clarity taking into account abilities of each person. And finally, the control. The process can be better controlled taking in the consideration the corporate training, which must be known to all the personnel. The next topic in the personal areas. For example, performance evaluation allows people to be better prepared to perform efficiently in their position. Another example, the sign of post help in the sign a post to be able to apply for a specific job requirement. And another, careers make it easier to identify people who are ready to take on a senior position. And we can find also examples, for example, remuneration, recruitment and selection, climate and organization culture. And finally, in the administrative areas, we can find in the area of production. In this area, makes it easier for people working in production to be more efficient. And another area in the marketing. The training is important to complement the technical and knowledge with the tools of specific customers, management of something heading of business. In area of finance, it is always necessary to be updated on the normative issues of the country where you work that can change over the years. And finally, in the information technology. Thank you, teacher, for listening our presentation for the training in organization. Goodbye and see you soon. Thank you.